The Duke and the Goddess, a story about a divine union, written and narrated by Free Black. The Arrival, from the Eye of the Goddess. I didn't plan much this day as it was my usual self-care day. Every Friday I dedicate my day to doing things that fuel my sense of pleasure, and rest is certainly one of those. So on this day in particular, May 29th, 2020, I certainly did not expect the most life-changing event to show up at the doorstep of my temple. I'd actually just finished my blunt and laid down when I heard the doorbell ring. Perplexed at first, but suddenly I knew. It's him, I thought. But so soon. I'd just been to Nana's on Wednesday. This nigga moves fast. On a normal day, I wouldn't dare allow anyone to interrupt my self-care day, especially unannounced. But this was different. He had already announced his visit, and I was expecting. So with love in my heart, yet wonders on my mind, I stripped my favorite nightgown and threw on a cute yet subtle jogger suit. He patiently waited as he watched my porch cameras with deeply intense eyes. I opened the door. My heart was peaceful, the beat calm and still. I welcomed him in and led him to my favorite place in the palace, my sacred space. It is intentionally adorned with plants of many species, firelights that hang above with settings that fuel every chakra, rejuvenate the skin, and calm the mind. The fire pit makes it all the more warming in the colder temperatures, and the flow of the stream brings an undeniable sense of tranquility. This is where I dedicate much of my time, centering and grounding, connecting and aligning, creating and shifting. So it felt appropriate, divine even, to welcome him to this space. I offered him fresh fruit from my garden that I'd picked that Tuesday, along with fresh water straight from Mother Nature herself, purified, of course. We sat for a while. He replayed our past relations, apologizing for what he deemed as his wrongs. I appreciated the apology, but I held him to no fault. At the time, we misaligned, and I took on the piece of that. Never would I have thought 6 years later that we'd be splitting the block. After some time talking in my sacred space, we continued our rekindling as we walked the land surrounding my temple. I was pleased at his acceptance when I suggested we walk barefoot. I had already felt his balance, but this gave him cool points in my book. I smiled internally. I didn't want to show him too much interest. While I was genuinely excited and expectant for us, I also knew to remain at ease, neutral, and observant. Even still, the words he spoke to me never left my heart. I know this is deeper than boyfriend and girlfriend, he said. And at a time where I was calling in partnership and family, this here was the answer.